Hello. So, how well do you know your capital letters? So today we're going to do the capital letter challenge. Here's what we're going to do. I have 10 sentences on these cards. You'll see them down below. They'll all be in lowercase letters. You have to tell me which letters get capitalized and which ones don't. All right, you ready? Here's the first sentence. My wife is from Mexico, but has been in the US for many years. So you should see the sentence down below. Decide which letters get capitalized. You can pause the video if you want. That is allowed. Okay, so here's the answer to number one. The M in my, it's the first letter of the sentence. In English, we always capitalize the first letter of a sentence. Mexico. Mexico is the name of a country. Proper names, names of people, places, things, their names get capitalized. US. Both the U and the S are capitalized because it's an abbreviation for the United States. In English, abbreviations are capitalized. That's number one. Number two, Mount Washington is the tallest mountain in New Hampshire. Mount Washington is the tallest mountain in New Hampshire. Pause the video if you need it to. Here's the answers. The M in Mount, both because it's the first letter and it's also part of the name of the mountain. The name of the mountain is Mount Washington, which means the W is also capitalized because it's also part of the name of the mountain. And also the N in New and the H in Hampshire because that's the name of the state where I live and where Mount Washington is. Number three, my friend Tom and I ate lunch at Burger King on Friday. My friend Tom and I ate lunch at Burger King on Friday. Ready? The M in my, because it's the first letter of the sentence. The T in Tom, that is a man's name. The word I gets capitalized. It's the personal pronoun I. That is always capitalized in English. The B in burger and the K in king, that is the name of a restaurant. And that's a proper name. And last, Friday, the F in Friday. Days of the week are capitalized in English. Number four, we plan to go to Miami Beach in March. We plan to go to Miami Beach in March. Pause the video if you need to. You ready? The W in we, first letter. The M in Miami and the B in beach. That is the proper name of the beach there, Miami Beach. It's actually a section of Miami. And the M in March. March is a month, and in English, we capitalize months. Next one. Mr. Peters teaches at East Boston High School. Mr. Peters teaches at East Boston High School. Pause the video if you need to. You ready? The M in Mr., both because it's the first letter and because titles are capitalized in English. The P in Peters, that's the man's last name. The E in East, the B in Boston, the H in high, and the S in school are all capitalized. That's the name, the full name of the high school, East Boston High School. All right, next one. On New Year's Eve, thousands gather in Times Square. On New Year's Eve, thousands gather in Times Square. You ready? The O in on, the N in new, the Y in years, and the E in eve. On because it's the O and on because it's the first letter of the sentence. The N, the Y, and the E because that's the name of a holiday, New Year's Eve. Holidays are capitalized in English. The T in times and the S in square. So this is a place in New York City. I tried to pick places that I thought people would know internationally, more or less. All right. Next one. Mrs. Jones doesn't use Facebook or Instagram. Mrs. Jones doesn't use Facebook or Instagram. This one gets a little tricky because you need to know like how apps spell the names of their companies. The M in Mrs. because it's the first letter and it's her title. The J in Jones because it's her last name. The F in Facebook. So Facebook, I had to look this up, spells their name as all one word, Facebook with a capital letter F only. Instagram, the capital letter I. That was number 7. Number 8. Dr. Smith teaches at Boston University. The D in the abbreviation for doctor, both because it's the first letter of a sentence and because it's his title or her title. The S in Smith because it's the doctor's name. The B in Boston and the U in university because Boston University is the name of a university in Boston. Number 9, he lived in Paris for 2 years and speaks French fluently. The H in he because it's the first letter. The P in Paris because it's the proper name of a city. And the F in French. So in English, we capitalize the names of languages and nationalities. So if I said he lived in France, but he is English, the E in English would be capitalized. Last one, number 10. My friends and I visited the Empire State Building in New York City. My friends and I visited the Empire State Building in New York City. So the M in my, first letter of the sentence. The word I, because the word I is always capitalized. Empire State Building, that's the name of a building. So the E in Empire, the S in State, the B in Building. And the N in New, the Y in York, and the C in City because New York City is the proper name of the city. So how did you do? I hope you did well. If you found this challenging or had problems, I have another video that came out a few days ago. I'll put the link down below in the show notes, and it will give you more instruction about when to use capital letters in English and when not to. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, and thank you.